Welcome one and all back to the ADAC GT Masters here at the Tuning World Bodenzi. It is Lewis McGlade alongside Robert Wiesenmueller, once again, not the ones that are on screen at the moment. We're here for the second race. We're going to Zandvoort. The drivers are already in the simulators, all ready to go to get ready for qualifying. They'll do a little bit of a practice run. And then we will have our qualifying session. Of course, we had that thrilling first race at the Nürburgring, won by Florian Haase and Julian Kunze in the Euronics Gaming 1. Jack Keithley, though, for Williams Esports Chill Blast, got that pole position. One eye on the trophy, for sure, in the Euronics camp. But yeah, Williams on pole, dropped back to second place. Lerner not quite quick enough to keep to keep Kunze behind. One thing to keep noted here is Keithley and Haase both qualifying the car again at Zandvoort, which then means that Lerner and Kunze will be qualifying at Autodrom Most later on today. And what that means is we're not going to see Keithley against Kunze, but realistically, is that Williams going to be under a lot of pressure if Kunze is that much quicker than Lerner?
Well, we will see here, but what I can say, definitely Zandvoort, very strong track for Jack Keithley. We can expect a lot from him here in the opening stint, and then also lots of interesting car choices once again. We've got Oscaro in the BMW on this track. 3BV Racing in the Mercedes, which is very strong. So yeah, it remains to be seen.
You said about Keithley, of course. I went through the statistics in the previous one about winners at these circuits. Julian Kunze was the one who was victorious around Zandvoort in the ADAC GT Masters online series. Keithley did not finish that race on top. He did win at Most, he did win at Nürburgring, but Keithley not victorious here. However, in previous events, we have seen that he is absolutely a strong driver around here. We see GTR3 LHC driving around once again in an Audi.
That's actually, I think...
Yeah, that's not, I was going to say that is the wrong car there. That's Euronics, there we go. Figure it out eventually, sorry. Currently piloted by Florian Haase. Exits that really, really tricky long right-hander. There's a chicane there. Probably one of the easier overtaking opportunities around the circuit, and by easier I mean it is still pretty much harder than any other overtaking opportunity of the day, really. Super hard track to pass that here at Most. So qualifying, which we are heading into now, is super, super important. The session begins, people are going to charge out of the pit lane, no one really taking the Heinemann strategy of waiting until a lot later. We see the BWT, contact between that's Euronics and I think, who was that? That's the Corvette
Ballas Racing.
A bit of contact there on the departure of pit lane. You did say in the driver's briefing, we don't want this to be happening. You can see the GTR3 LHC Audi running wide there, going through the hairpin. Oh, contact there again between GTR3 LHC and Ballas Racing, letting a few of these cars go. This is a crazy start to qualifying. Take a deep breath. Someone dropped further back in the pack. Come on. Through the fast right-hander now of turn 6. A crazy, crazy difficult point to nail every single lap. And here we have those championship standings. Of course, it is as the race positions were in the previous one. So Euronics Gaming 1 currently on top, 50 points ahead of Williams Esports Chill Blast and Williams Esports Razor in second position. Williams Esports Razor doing a really good job there to get into third position. Are they going to come on stronger in the next couple of races, you think, Rob?
They might be. They might be. That was a very good opening race from them. We'll see how they will adapt to the other tracks here. Of course, they have the advantage of always driving the Audi, and now we're going to take a look at the car choices here for round number 2. And there you can see Euronics Gaming 2 this time in the Audi, GT Omega in the Porsche, and Oscaro in the BMW. These are some of the interesting changes here. Yeah,
Oscaro taking out BMW. You've also got GT Omega RPM Esports taking the Porsche. I had a conversation with Stefanko. He said he just made a little bit of a mistake coming through the chicane, a bit too much understeer in that AMG. At the Nürburgring, goes through the entry cage again, gets onto the sausage curb and goes straight on. They said coming into this one, not expecting anything is GT Omega in that Porsche. That will be started by Stefanko once again. Ivanov starting the next race. We ride on board with Euronics 2. This is the one that's presently being driven by Rakel, who got into the second stint in the previous one. Jaroslav Honzek will be taking over this car a little bit later into the event. This twisting section here on the run towards turn 6, completely flat out, and then a blind entry into turn 6. It's super hard to hook up. And there's a slightly late apex. If you hook it too far on the inside, the grass will throw you off. You've got to get over to the left-hand side, fling it right through turn 8, or turn 7 rather. Then down into turn 8, heavy on the brakes. The car is constantly turning to the right through. It's really, really easy to lock a front left or front right. We saw Tim Heinemann and Jack Keithley last year here in the WTCR having a lot of contact out of this corner. The run towards chicane, the exit of the second sector. This chicane here is potentially the best overtaking opportunity on the circuit. Really the best of a bad bunch. Fling it right, just over that curve, massive curve on the inside left. Through here, watch out for the anti-cut on the inside as well. That'll throw you up the circuit. And there's quite a tricky braking zone for this sort of medium speed 90-degree right-hander. And then through the super fast final corner, the run up to the straight. This is why we don't really see too much overtaking into turn 1. Dirty air and things like that, just pushing cars wider and wider and wider. Williams won, that's Jack Keithley, taking initial pole position at 36.945.
And that's faster than all of the times in the practice session. The first 36 that we see here from Jack Keithley. And he's leading at the moment ahead of Team Hungary. Once again, very, very strong opening from Gergobaldi here in the qualifying session.
Yeah, Euronics gaining 1. I believe that was Julian Kunze who did that time. They topped the practice session prior to this. As we look at RRVGT VRS, currently being driven by Lucas Kolb again, qualifying that car in the Mercedes AMG, trying to make a good attempt here. Obviously, being qualifying so important, you take the best car. I suggested that qualifying around the circuit, I would want the best car that I can get from this circuit as opposed to the other two. Currently in 7th position is RRVGT VRS, so a good start for them. Mascaro Esports as well, doing quite a good job so far to get that BMW into 5th position. Half a second off of the pole position. We right on board with Jack Keithley down towards the chicane, improving again on this lap, losing a little bit in the second sector, taking a huge amount of curve there into the chicane up towards the second to last corner. Not 100% sure if there's going to be an improvement, but definitely an impressive time to start this off. Team Hungary go to second as well.
Yeah, Team Hungary also on purple sectors now, so we will stay with Keithley, but then jump to Gergobaldi.
Maybe a little bit too wide there out the final corner to the line. It is an improvement, just a little improvement, but not quite much. Team Hungary now through the final corner. Improving as well. Is it enough? No, lost a huge amount of time in the second sector. Not going to be an improvement for Team Hungary. Gergobaldi behind the car of that one. We look now, Euronics, I believe this is. They were fastest in practice. Florian Haase now has that chip off his shoulder. 17 podiums to his name in official esports competition on RaceRoom Racing Experience. And finally, he can tick off that #1. Fast through the first sector. Now, Julian Kunze put a lot of that work into that race. He was the one who really won that race for him. But Florian Haase is still going to take that. Still going to be a boost of confidence for him coming into the second sector. Potentially looking stronger and stronger here as the Euronics Gaming 1 car.
Keithley also once again purple first sector. We will see once Keithley crosses the line, but this is a very good lap that could be up to P2 for Euronics 1, and that's what they need. They need to stay close to Williams here. If they have a car in between, especially on a track like Zandvoort, then it's going to be very, very difficult in the race.
It's such a potent effort having, at the moment, Lerner going up against Kunze, because Kunze is so quick and so determined. However, what I would say is around the circuit, if Kunze comes up to the back of AZ, improving up to second position, a 10th off, if Kunze's in that car against Lerner, I don't think around this circuit he'll be able to make a move. That's Williams 2, I believe, that went up into 4th position. We look back at 3BV Racing, who was setting a decent second sector, very good through the first sector in this AMG Mercedes, through the final corner. Drives towards the line. Is it going to be an improvement? I see another few moving around up to 10th position for 3BV. RRVGT just ahead of them in the other Mercedes. So potentially going very well. We look back at the Porsche, I believe this will be GT Omega. Yes, it is. Struggling a little bit down here in 13th position. They said that this was realistically a throwaway race. However, looking at that second sector, could be a decent time, potentially moving into the top 10. ACR jump ahead of Fida Ragnar there in 7th position. GT Omega up to 11th, the car qualified by Martin Stefanko. ACR currently being driven by Adam Pincher, so he's doing his first qualifying in that ACR car. Half a second off of pole. We're back on board with the Euronics car. But I believe that is the Williams one directly behind them, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. A tenth between the two of them. You can see how quick this Euronics Gaming 1 car is. I'm not too sure if the Williams is improving as well, but doing a very, very good job here. There he is, Florian Arsa, completely alongside Jack Heathley. Is he impressed with this lap? He was so happy after the race. I went up, I shook his hand, said congratulations. Looked very, very happy. Him and Julio comes up with that win. Comes towards the line. Is it going to be pole? No, 8th out. Wait, oh, that's 8th out off the one. Yeah, but a 10th off of pole though. Jack Heathley, 36.938. Impressive lap time. Team Hungary's Gogo Bowdy here. Again, fast first sector, decent second sector. Should be an improvement, but potentially not position-wise. Yeah, improves time, not position. ACR, once again, they will push down, jump back up to 7th position. Adam Pincher's doing a good job. Ascaro Esports, shout out to these guys. That's Vermont, who's currently qualifying the car. We've seen him to the left of Jack Heathley. Doing a good job, 6th position in that BMW at the moment.
Yeah, one of the few teams who's taken 3 different cars in the championship. They will have the Corvette in the final round at most. Corvette very fast at most. So we can expect some good things here. But with the BMW and Zandvoort, not a bad choice per se, but maybe not quite at the same level as the Audis.
Yeah. It's super tight back here in qualifying. We've got 8 tenths separating the top 10, but if you look in that mid-pack between 4th and 9th, it is super close. I mean, we've all had it where we've been on a lap that's improving by 2 or 3 tenths and not moved any positions. Now if you're improving 2 or 3 tenths, you're moving all of them.
Yes, but look at the timer. There's not a lot of time left. You see the time standing there. Jack Heathley for Williams Esports. That should be the 2nd pole position for him, again, ahead of Florian Hasse. And then Gergo Baldi on 3rd position. Williams 2 in 4th, and ACR managed to get up to P5 in the end. Euronics 2 in 6th, and only P7 for Oscaro, ahead of the fastest Mercedes of 3BB Racing, Bernard Vella, behind the wheel.
Same front row then as we had in the Nürburgring. Confirmation of Jack Heathley's pole position here. 2nd time happy. Now, have they had a discussion on strategical affairs in the Williams Esports camp? Is Jack Heathley going to remain in the car just that little bit longer to try and give Maurice Lerner that stronger chance of winning with having him less in the car? I know that sounds really, really harsh, but potentially there's been a bit of a communication there between the teammates on the build-up to the 2nd race of the day. We are at Zandvoort, and it's time to go racing. Potentially going to be a tough one here for some of the drivers to overtake. All going to come down to when they take that pit stop and how they play with the strategy there. Who is going to win this one? I'm going to put my money more this time on Williams Esports Chill Blast. Here we go then. Lining up on the grid, the same front row that we had in the Nürburgring. The lights are on in front of the drivers, and for the 2nd time of the day, we are underway. Another really good start there for the Williams Esports camp. Jack Heathley translating this start well. Team Hungary though looking aggressive in the background. Gogo Bowdy trying to make his way through. You see Williams 2 Razor.
Oh, that's a car round.
That's useless racing in the background. Being spun around there in turn 1, we see Gogo Bowdy here trying to attack into turn 2. That's the Euronics car of Florian Hasse under immense pressure from Bowdy in that Team Hungary car. Nothing quite happening, but look at the gap that it's given Team Williams Chill Blast up towards turn 6, an immensely difficult corner. But Euronics, 2nd position, just holding on. We've got Team Hungary behind, Williams 2 behind that, doing a very good job as well. ACR up to 5th, making an improvement on their Nürburgring round. I think that was Vida Ragnar looking down the inside of Euronics 2.
Someone's around in the background. That's RVGT.
I think Ballas Racing was the other one. Was it? Yes, it was Ballas Racing as well. So a lot of these very good cars, the Mercedes as well around here being taken out. Same with the Corvette, all down to the back. So the top 7 now, all Audis. Ascaro Esports dropped down a little bit to 8th position on the start there as we will head back towards the front. Look at this battle pack here. We've got a couple of the Euronics cars in this one. Euronics under a lot of pressure in this one, under from the Vida Ragnar car. The Vida Ragnar car being driven by Zarabiak. Not quite able to get by, but looking very aggressive. Nothing happening at the moment. The end of lap 1. Currently, Jack Keefe leads. Look at all these guys darting out, trying to get in the mirrors, trying to freak out the driver, make a mistake. This track does not like mistakes. One mistake, you're in a gravel trap, and that is it. You see a Porsche in the background there of GT Omega RPM, a decent start for them up to 10th position. Martin Stefanko doing a very good job under a lot of pressure here from Meeting Europe team. They're doing a good job up to 10th.
I think Daniel Duttler behind the wheel here from Meeting Europe in a strong pace now, also in the Audi for this round. But we have to jump forward to Team Hungary because they're putting all sorts of pressure on Florian Hasse. A bit of a mistake by Hasse here.
So close here. Gergo Baudi all over the back of the Euronics Gaming 1 car through this very tricky right-hander. He just keeps turning right. So easy to go straight on here. Florian Hasse experienced enough, obviously the champion of the series, the previous race winner. We look at Gergo Baudi trying to get by. Jack Keithley, meanwhile, has a 1.2 second lead ahead of this for Williams Esports Chill Blast. Looking at the hands, trying to remain as steady as he can, runs into this chicane. Team Hungary just holding on to 3rd position. I mean, do not count out Williams Esports Razor directly behind this pair. I mean, I think the entire grid is directly behind this pair, realistically, but those two currently holding on to 4th position, looking fairly strong at the moment, only about half a second behind. As we look further back in the pack, we're looking at RRV GT VRS, now right in the back of the GTR3 LHC car for 13th position, potentially going to be making a move there into turn 1. Such a difficult track to overtake, too wide there. You can see the Callaway as well going massively wide in the background, the outside of turn 1. It is possible to make an overtake round here, it's just very hard.
Oh, late on the braking there, Lucas Kolb tries around the outside.
Got to leave the ring.
Courtois holds on.
Courtois did a very good job there on the brakes, carrying the speed lovely through turn 1, up through turn 3, they going into turn 2. Oh, you can see the Callaway all out of shape in the background, but closing up massively. Here is the look on Lucas Kolb's face. Incredibly fast, obviously did the racing yesterday and the racing the day before, has had his fair share. You can see him there driving from the swingman view. The only driver on the grid to do so, somehow is still very quick with it. I don't know how he does it, but...
Now he has to watch out for Carpentiero though. Right behind him though. No, it's Panebianco actually in the car, sitting right next to him, Francesco Panebianco there in the Callaway Corvette.
Yeah, Panebianco started that one. Carpentiero will be jumping in later in the race. This is the one that Panebianco will be doing. RRV GT VRS trying to get all over the back of the GTR3 car, down into the chicane. I say any false move here from Lucas Kolb is going to leave him up and open to Panebianco next to him, trying to go around the outside here, not going to work. Panebianco eyeing this all up in the background. I mean, he can eye up on the screen to his left-hand side as well. GTR3 LHC doing a very, very good job here of trying to defend that car, obviously driven by Courtois. Baumler in the car later on, 13th position to their name, up towards turn 1 once again. Which side is Kolb going to go? Back over to the left-hand side, not enough space on the right.
Well, this could work.
Oh, wow. Excellent on the brakes, Lucas Kolb, but I still think he's just about there. Just not quite, only his front end alongside up towards turn 3. And GTR3 LHC's driver, Courtois, just holds on. Here we are with Panebianco. He can see everything going on, doesn't want to get his nose too involved. Oh, nearly side by side up towards turn 6. Nothing quite working here. Panebianco is hoping for a mistake from these two. as Lucas Kolb goes a little bit too wide. You can see the concentration on Panabianco's face. He sees
defense here, that could be a mistake.
Oh, contact! Wow, he's going to get both of them. Panabianco down the inside of Lucas Kolb as the GTR3 LHC car makes a mistake. Contact between Ballas Racing and RRV GT.
Panabianco!
He looks over to the left-hand side, he sees him, he pulls ahead. Lucas Kolb returns to 13th position, looks smug as he like. And Ballas Racing and that Callaway back down to 14th. Whoa, intense bit of
and I think GTR3 has gone off.
And the other Callaway in the background. Oh no. Last minute as well involved with that. Useless Racing as well. Useless Racing gets up a couple of positions. Looking back towards Feeder Ragnar all over the back of the Euronics 2 car. Euronics 2 currently being driven by Raikl under an intense amount of pressure now. Nothing quite happening yet. You see the BMW of the Scaro Esports behind as well. Obviously the BMW is the one that Euronics had in the previous race. You see Zerebek there. Feeder Ragnar driver, focusing as hard as he can. Man to his right, Adam Pinches in the ACR, the next car up the road, that pink one, just slightly the distance. Feeder Ragnar all over the back of Euronics Gaming 2, heading towards turn 7. Nothing quite happening yet, but that BMW is looking ominous in the background of Scaro. He's on Ramon, look at it's down the inside from Zerebek. Oh, he's trying to make something work. Euronics 2 just trying to cling on to 6th position, but Feeder Ragnar around the outside is going to give him the inside to the chicane, and the preferable line here on Raikl. I don't know if it's going to quite work, but it should do indeed. Feeder Ragnar trying to get to 6th position, but Raikl trying to go around the outside, going to give him the inside for the hairpin. Not quite enough. Feeder Ragnar up to 6th. Now he's going to hunt down the man to his right-hand side.
Fantastic move here from Konrad Zerebek, who's so strong on these simulators here at the event, showing a much better performance than in the online competition. It's just great to see him here fighting with Michael Rechel. And now we've got the top speed of the Oscaro BMW. Rechel has to defend.
Vermont so aggressive. We saw that in the previous race. We've seen that over his sim racing career on RaceRoom Racing Experience over the WTCR and WTCC championships, as well as all the other proper esports championships he's taken part in. A very speedy driver he is, a very aggressive driver he is. We saw that against David Nosh in the previous race, trying to get by using his BMW. This car is a little bit weaker than the other ones, but currently doing a very good job in P8. He'll be having the car on over to Ben's Banky after this. Not sure when they're going to be doing that driver swap, but we are 1 minute away from the window opening.
Yeah, and then this race could all be shaken up once again. We'll see different strategies, and of course, we will see 17 new drivers in the car, and they have to adapt very quickly to quite a difficult circuit.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not an easy one for them, is it, to take over? You want a circuit that's a little bit easier than this. You want something like Paul Ricard where you can fly with the circuit, it doesn't really matter. Around here, though, a slight mistake, and that is it. All of your teammates' hard work out of the window. Hard work happening here for Williams Esports Chill Blast, currently leading by 2.5 seconds. I'm pretty sure they'll want to leave Jack Keithley in that car as long as possible. You look at him alongside Vermont Lerner to be taking over that car later. That strategy didn't work. They split at the halfway point.
Oh, Keithley's confident. He's confident that he's got a good lead here, got the pace over Euronics. It's just 2 seconds.
Yet to win a race here in this competition at the Tuning World Mode NZ is Jack Keithley, coming into all of the events realistically as the favourite, not to put too much pressure on his shoulders. Obviously had pole position twice today. Qualified 13th at the start of yesterday. We can see Johannes Weiss about to take over from Matzik in the underdog team. They're currently in 12th position, so another good start there for Matzik as we look at that in the BMW as well, doing a solid work. Next race, Johannes Weiss will be starting, so expect to see something very aggressive from him, and then Matzik taking over the final 10 minutes of the event for that team. But yeah, Jack Keithley came into it as a favourite, was doing very, very good in Sepang, leading the race. Struggled with late race pace though, so potentially his tyre wear is slightly too high, and going for that half an hour stint Not going to work out for the Williams team. We'll have to see how that works. For Williams Esports Chill Blast, Williams Esports Race trying to get back on the podium for consecutive races as we keep our eye on Matic. You can see he's struggling with the car. It's all over the place here.
And BMW not easy to drive on such a circuit.
His arms must be hurting a lot now.
Yeah. Getting under pressure from RVGT in the background. Have a decent recovery drive.
Yeah, of course, our VGT currently being driven by Lucas Cole. We saw him racing as hard as he can. We look back at Fina Ragnar, currently holding the 6th position. Zerbeek presently in that car. No takers to the pit lane so far. We just have Underdog waiting for that pit stop, which I believe will be happening as soon as we can. But I will say, Fina Ragnar have really closed up on ACR's Adam Pinches here. Half a second between two of them. When Fina Ragnar got past the Euronics Gaming car, there was a decent gap of around a second and a half between the two. Johannes Weiss into the car, collecting his shoes, giving a good luck to his teammate. Going to explain some things about what's happening with the car, when it starts understeering, where it's oversteering, what corners to be careful from. Johannes Weiss taking that instruction. Look here though on the left-hand side, ACR. They didn't have much pressure on Friday when they had that victory in the Team Endurance Challenge. Almost an unpressurised victory there. Fantastic work from the trio. Richard Schaefer returns to the Nello ring, potentially watching the broadcast to see what's happening with his teammates. Currently in 5th position, Adam Pinches will be handing over to Risto Capet in a bit, but he is under increasing pressure from Fina Ragnar. Wow, look at the speed through the chicane there for Zerbeek. So quick.
Zerbeek, if he only had a better qualifying, he could be fighting up there, I think, with the fastest drivers of the race, because his fastest lap time is kind of the same as the one from Baldi. It's 2/10 faster than ACR.
Yeah, his fastest time was a 37.1, so super quick. ACR just breaking that slipstream of Adam Pinches. These two directly side by side on circuit. Wow, super aggressive on the brakes there. It's Conrad Zerbeek trying to get that move done, trying to close up as much as he can, trying to show that potential of the Audi behind the ACR. Nothing working yet, but the pressure is mounting on the shoulders of Adam Pinches. You can see both screens there. One driving from cockpit, one driving from hood cam. Of course, you can drive from whatever view you wish. Coming through turn 6, down towards 7. No real overtaking opportunities here as we hold, going right. Right hand down, right hand down, right hand down, all the way through. Oh, look at how much Zerbeek closes up into turn 8. Towards 9, not quite close enough.
GTR 3, meanwhile, in the pit lane. On the left of your screen there, in the Audi, they're switching. Lars Baumler is getting into the car, and you can see Jan Courtois leaving the stage.
Yeah, Lars Baumler there in the car. Feeling confident, a bit of a thumbs up to the camera. Of course, those watching.
Oh!
Whoa, that's the Esports Williams car. Razor drops down to 6th position behind his old teammates. I believe that's Kuba Brzezinski that's currently in that car. A rare mistake from him. Fina Ragnar off the road as well, going to leave them open into turn 1. It is absolutely kicking off here as Kuba Brzezinski makes a rare mistake, allows ACR up to 4th position, and gives breathing room to Team Hungary. Fina Ragnar now under attack from their previous driver, Kuba Brzezinski.
Very lucky that they kept going there, that they didn't completely lose the car.
Didn't spin around or anything.
Yeah. And we've got Julian Kunze already on the stage, lining up behind Florian Hassel there. They're just talking to each other, preparing their next pit stop.
Yeah, when they're going to do it.
And Oscaro has been caught by 3BV Racing, by Bernard Vella.
Sky Racing doing a decent job here though in that position. Currently driven by Alexander Ramon in 8th position. A solid work here. Going to be handing over to Bex Banke shortly. We do have that drive lineup coming up. We also have Lerner coming over from Keithley. Again, I think there we are. We can see Lerner on stage. They are responding exactly. Again, I would not recommend that this is the correct strategy Jack Keithley saying one more lap. Lerner saying, yeah, do what you got to do, mate. You can see on our timing on the left-hand side of the screen, those with the red box are the ones that have not pitted yet. Those with the green have.
Users racing in the pits at the moment, meanwhile. So now the pit stops are coming in. What a corner here from Bernavella. Closing up so much on Oscaro.
Yeah, 3DB Racing looking at increasingly aggressive here. No one can quite do it. 3DB Racing wide there at the second to last corner at turn 12.
I think Euronics is in.
Euronics is in. The driver swap is going to happen now then. So we're going to see Florian Haasler out of the car. Florian just helping him out, explaining some of the things that he's done. Julian Kunter saying, yep, I got it, mate. Don't you worry. Trying to go for back-to-back victories. We look further back in the pack. You can see how close it is between ACR, Fina Ragnar, and Williams Esports Razor. On the left-hand side of your screen, Fina Ragnar there, wide out of turn 4. Not quite making anything work as we head up towards the 6th corner of the circuit. Whoa, big slide there for Zerabi. Conrad Zerabi under huge pressure here from Kuba Brzezinski. Oh, but look at this. Adam Pinches, not quite quick enough through 7. Trying to go around the outside is Conrad Zerabi, but he's going to run wide. Allows Kuba Brzezinski down the inside, but Kuba is going to be straight dived up by Conrad Zerabi, sorry. Nothing quite working there, but Kuba Brzezinski up into 5th position. It will be 6th once the pit stops all cycle their way out. Intuitive stuff there for Brzezinski. We stay on board with ACR.
Let's see if Keithley is coming to the pits now. We had both Euronics car in the pits and the Oscaro car as well.
Again, I think that is too early.
Oh, just about kept it out of the wall there. Let's see about the track position here of Euronics Gaming. Meanwhile, we have an incident report we just heard against ACR from Team GTR3. This one will be investigated after the race. Keithley very happy with his first stint.
See Risto Kappa in the background there trying to take over from Adam Pinches as well. Ben Spanky in the car over Vermont as well. So a lot of these teams making that pit stop now. I do personally believe, sorry Williams Esports, that was a mistake. We'll have to see how that one plays out. Maybe Maurice Lerner is feeling a lot more confident around the circuit. Zandvoort Park. Williams about to leave. They've left their pit box now, coming to the end of pit lane. Right on board with Euronics Gaming. One's car of Julian Kunter.
That's Williams.
See Williams down the road.
Oh, Team Hungary.
Wow, Hungary very close there to Julian Kunter. David Nosh behind the wheel doing an excellent job. Really close.
Short question, Jack. You look very drained. You look very exhausted. It was an intense race. You got 4 seconds gap between you and Euronics. Do you think you get the win for you, or do you think Kunze can manage it again?
No, I think Maurice is more than capable of doing it. I mean, as long as he just doesn't make any mistakes and keep on the road, you know, should be able to keep ahead. It's a hard track to overtake.
So, how strong is Luna?
Very strong. I think we'll do this one this time.
Alright. So, zurück zu Sebastian. Das war mal eben schnell Jack Keithley.
Good to hear then from Jack Keithley after that. Back to the racing. Williams Esports Razor currently in the lead of the race. Vida Ragnar directly behind. We saw Euronics and Team Hungary being very close. I think Julian Kunter has just gapped them as a few of the other teams enter the pit lane. Williams Racing 2. Going to be handing over to Nikodem Wisniewski. He'll be on the stage ready for him. They're doing an excellent job. We saw ACR jump into the pit lane from the lead that they were in.
And now it's going to be interesting. Where's ACR going to come out? Team Hungary's fast, and oh, there they are.
They are in the background.
Coming out in front of Team Oscaro.
Away down the road though. We'll see what happens because they were obviously in a close fight with with Williams too. They were in the lead of that with the Williams Razor team and Fida Ragnar, who are very, very close on circuit. 2/10 between the two of them. We'll go back up to the lead, heading into the chicane. Zerebeek trying to be as aggressive as he can on Cooper Brzezinski, his fellow countryman. Nothing quite working yet. I believe the Williams 2 car, this one that we're on board with, the Razor sponsored one, is going to be into the pit lane at the end of this lap. 18 minutes 50 seconds to go in this one, Rob. And there you see Nicodem. No, not pit lane this time. Oh, yeah,
it is
late. Super late there for Cooper Brzezinski.
What a pit lane entry.
Very well judged there. They didn't want to give any tactics away there to Fida Ragnar. Being as late as humanly possible, we'll see where this car comes out in relation to the car we've currently got on the left-hand side of our screen, the ACR car. Big celebrations in that camp Friday night after an excellent event for ACR. Mike Pittman messaging me all the way back from England, watching the streams, focusing on his team. Today, unfortunately, not quite the same position, but however, they're still doing very well. 9th position, obviously they've already pitted at the moment. You can see Team Hungary ahead of them. Coming out of the pit lane.
Oh, it's going to be close.
It's going to be close, but I think Risto's got it. Holds wide around the outside of T1. Oh, but they're going to be very close to the run up towards turn 2. Risto Capit just going to hold it over Nicodem Pistevsky. Brilliant work, an excellent stint. We'll see what happens when Fida Ragnar come into the pit lane and switch between Zerebeek and Indika. Risto Capit there, doing a very good job.
Of course, Fida Ragnar still has to pit, so we will see where they come out in relation.
Massive tension there on the stage. The tension is palpable. We watch ACR coming through turn 8. Not making any mistakes as Risto Capit, a multiple series champion on other simulations, under intense pressure here from the ACR under pressure from Williams 2 Razor here. Oh wow, that's way too late on the brakes there. Way too late for Nicodem Pistevsky, a champion himself. Too late. That's cost them both time. And what that's going to do is when Fida Ragnar's Konrad Zerebeek comes into the pit lane, he is going to have a bit of a lead here.
That could also put Oskaru into the mix with Ben Spunky in the car, maybe also Euronics 2 with Jaroslav Honzik in the car.
Yeah. We look at Risto Capit. I'm not too sure about that level of mistake from Nicodem Pistevsky. I've not seen too many from the Polish outfit there. But a rare mistake. That's the second one of the day from that car. Of course, we saw Cooper Brzezinski off the corner after that, after a bit of a mistake there on power. ACR a little bit too quick there through what I've been told now is turn 2, not turn 3, but whatever. Runs out of the hairpin towards 6. We ride on board then with Oskaru Esports. Ben Spanky behind this one, a decent opening stint there from Alexander Ramon. Looking potentially to go for a top 6 position here. Well, top 5 actually, once GT Omega RPM and Fida Ragnar come in. Fida Ragnar, I would expect to be ahead of this pack unless Konrad Zerebeek makes a huge mistake. 15 minutes to go until Indika gets into the car. Not too sure. Is he on the stage yet? Not quite. Ivanov's going to come on for Stefanko. We've already seen that, sorry. I'm just reading something from ages ago. Oskaru's dropping off the back a bit here. Not quite got the pace of those 2 Audis ahead.
Yeah, they're pushing as well at the moment. Ben Spunky there on the screen. Or GT Omega's into the pits with their Porsche. So that means only Fida Ragnar Simulator. They're the only team that hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah, we've just got the confirmation that Indika will be into the car very shortly. He's just gone up to the driving registration. They all passed GT Omega in the pit lane, and that Porsche's been struggling. Roman Ivanov into that car. We look back, the onboard from the Oskaru Esports, driven by Ben Spanky. Now to the top, Konrad Zerebeek doing a fantastic job here. Could come out of the pit lane in 4th position after that mistake from Nikodem Wisniewski. Runs into the tightest corner on the circuit, through the right, through the left. Should be in potentially the end of this lap, or maybe the next one, not 100% sure. Vida Ragnar, there we can see the drivers. Zerebi currently in the car. Dyker out of it. Ready to take over, a little bit of communication between the two. Is he in the pit lane this time? Yep, straight away into the pit lane. Looking to consolidate that 4th position before anyone can do anything about him. Too quick into the pit lane though. A bit of contact with the wall for Zerebi. There we go, Indika take it over. Again, the communication, just to tell you what's going on with the car. ACR here, I am still thinking that this car is going to come out behind this lot. GT Omega RPM, by the way, in 11th position, doing quite a good job at the moment. Ivanov in that car, can he make any progress? He's currently behind the underdog in the BMW. That underdog, though, will be quick with Johannes Weiss behind the wheel. ACR coming around. No, I think they're going to be ahead. What's happened to Vida Ragnar? They're going to be well ahead. Vida Ragnar, I think, have had a terrible stint. ACR jump ahead, Williams ahead, Ascaro ahead. They're going to be under attack from the second Euronics car, currently driven by Jaroslav Honzik.
Maybe they just waited a little bit too long on the worn tires there and lost too much time against ACR, against Williams too, even though they made contact once and gave away a little bit of time.
Wow, that was not what I was going to call. ACR then up to 4th, Williams to 2nd, Ascaro Esports to 6th. We ride on board with ACR. Bristow carrying behind the wheel. Nikodem Wisniewski, the car behind. Ascaro Esports, obviously the car behind that. Ben's Banky behind the wheel. Nothing too close here. You can see Bristow cap it there. You can see Dyker fresh into the car, a few positions behind. Capit still looking pretty calm and collected there. Oh, but he still misses the corner. I guess for a late exit. Does a decent job running into the chicane down at the bottom of the hill. Nikodem looking everywhere. You've got to brake a little bit earlier this time. Nikodem does. Oh, a little bit of well, I think it was quite a rub, but very, very close there. Now riding aboard with the nose of the Williams Razor car. Through the second to last corner, through the final one. Nothing quite happening so far. There he is, Nikodem Wisniewski, too wide there at the final corner. See David Notch alongside Team Hungary. That's the car that's on the podium at the moment. Williams to Euronics, by the way, just to update you, with 11 minutes to go in this race. The Williams Chill Blast car leading by just about a second. We will go to that when that battle happens. But it's seeming like a when, and if not, not an if.
Well, another battle forming here. Vida Ragnar under pressure by Euronics 2. Jaroslav Honzik, strong stint so far.
Yeah, Jaroslav obviously started the previous race. Missed yesterday's race. It was in the comms booth with us, talking you through all the action yesterday in the 3-motion challenge. So back in the car today, an immense talent is Jaroslav Honzik, especially at these live events, doing very, very well. Vida Ragnar just dropping back. We see Indika on the right-hand side of the screen, a little bit too tight there into turn 8. Jaroslav Honzik going to close up, going to be very, very close, potentially going to go down the inside. Jaroslav Honzik, a very good driver, aggressive one as well. One of the most light drivers in the paddock, against a relative unknown. Down to the chicane. Jaroslav not quite close enough in the Euronics Gaming 2 car. Throws it through the left-hander. Again, so close. If these guys battle too hard though, you see the 3BV Racing AMG Mercedes behind that could be closing up. Bernard Vella behind that. Oh, sorry, no, it's Benedek behind that one. Bernard Vella obviously started the stint in that AMG, but he is closing up. Jaroslav Honzik all over the lights, trying to distract, trying to put off the road the Vida Ragnar. Nothing happening yet. Jaroslav a little bit too wide there through T1. Up towards that tricky corner. There is Jaroslav. sticking his tongue out. He's enjoying himself, isn't he? We saw this on Friday. He's just a fun guy, wants a fun race. This is important though, Rob. Battle for the lead. Yeah,
and we could see a carbon copy of the first race here. Moritz Löhner getting under pressure by Julian Kunze, and it was a surprise move by Kunze, of course, but at the end of the day, Löhner didn't fight it too hard. But I can imagine this time he will fight it harder, because if Löhner wins the race, they will be tied on points going into the final race of the championship here.
Both obviously taking an Audi into Autodrom Most. But Autodrom Most was one that Jack Keithley was victorious at in the ADAC GT Masters Esports Championship that we had online. This is an intense battle for the victory here in the second race of the day. 8 minutes to go. And these two side by side, we pan across, we see Julian Kunze, the man who did that move on Löhner in the previous race to take victory, to take Haas's first victory in the series for Florian Haase. Is there going to be a second one up for grabs today? Or is this Williams car going to just about hang on? Questions to be answered over the next 8 minutes. You can see that AMG closing in the background here as we head back to Feeder Ragnar P7. Jaroslav Honzik all over. They're taking a very good car as Jaroslav Honzik into the next round. A little bit of contact between the two. I think Jaroslav turned a little bit too early there, Rob.
Oh, and that puts Vella back into the mix there in the Mercedes.
Looking back, Feeder Ragnar again under incredible pressure in Dyker, as we can see on our right. Jaroslav Honzik, he looked like he was enjoying himself. Indika does not. A lot of pressure there. As I was saying, a little bit too wide there into 6. Jaroslav Honzik and Reichel are taking a really good car into the next round. I believe they're in the AMG. Is it the AMG for the next round?
No, I think they're still in the Audi in the final round.
They could be. No, well, I've looked.
Oh!
Wow, down the inside, Jaroslav Honzik late down the inside, not quite going to make it work. Oh, wow. Not quite anything down the inside there, but it was worth a go, wasn't it? We look back at ACR battling ahead of Williams Esports Razor, heading into the same chicane, really oversteering there for Feeder Ragnar, slipping and sliding the rear end all over the car. Nothing quite happening here. Risto Capet clear ahead. We look to the right though, and Indika just trying to keep as calm as he can. 6.5 minutes. Way too wide there in the final corner. That's going to open him up though into the first corner. Surely Jaroslav Honzik, he is alongside. He is going to go for the dive, and Jaroslav Honzik going to get the Euronics Gaming 2 up into 7th position. A good move there. Fantastic stuff. He was doing a lot of the late passing for Williams Esports in the previous event. Speaking of, there is the Williams Esports. But yeah, Jaroslav Honzik doing some great overtakes at the Nordschleife on Friday. And today he's showing that overtaking ability here. We look at the two of them in the foreground. That is Julian Kunze in the background, Maurice Löhner. Of course, Kunze victorious in the previous one. Löhner, not so much. 5 minutes to hang on. There is going to be some sweaty palms there in the Williams Esports Chill Blast camp. But this is such a hard track to overtake.
There are basically 3 identical battles at the moment on the track. Euronics chasing Williams, the second Williams team is chasing ACR, and Feeder Ragnar is chasing the second Euronics team. All running very similar to each other. In between you've got the cars of Team Hungary and of Oscar Esports. But now this was a good exit from the final corner from Julian Kunze.
It is, but he's going to be, I think the Williams Esports car is going to come over to the inside and defend it. And that means Julian Kunze's got to go around the outside, and I just don't think that's going to work, Rob. Down into turn 1 they go. Contact between the two. Julian Kunze tried going for the comeback. Maurice Löhner under intense pressure. That was a hello, I'm here, I'm ready to attack. For Julian Kunze, piling on the pressure like you would not believe. This could be championship going down to the wire on equal points for the second day in a row. If Williams can just hang on to this position, Maurice Löhner using all of his experience in sim racing, and there is a lot of it, just trying to hold off Julian Kunze. Comes through turn 7, into 8, nothing quite yet. Oh, but he's down the inside lane. There's contact between the two, and Euronics are going to go up into the lead. But I bet your bottom dollar that would be protesting. Julian Kunze instantly trying to let that one go as Euronics back up into the lead. Williams back up into the lead. I think that was Julian being like, I understand, I'll let you go. I don't want Georg looking at all my stuff.
Oh, but he's already showing this won't be an easy end to the race for Moritz Löhner there in the lead of the race.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit too aggressive there, a little bit of a late move. It's so hard because you're already turning right. To turn right even more and then pile on even more brakes is incredibly difficult to do. We look at Jaroslav Honzik. He's not been able to pull away from the Fida Ragnar man of Indika. And you can see Benedek in the background closing up. We look back up to the lead. Williams just leading into turn 1. Again, nothing quite happening here. Is there going to be contact on the exit? No, Julian Kunze stays correctly behind on the run towards turn 2. This is allowing Team Hungary to close up. David Norsbrun in a fantastic stint in 3rd position, 2.5 seconds back from this. But the harder they battle, with 3 minutes to go, he could potentially be with a shot of winning this one. Could Team Hungary, and what I think that would throw into the mix if that were to happen. We ride on board with Hungary. You can see the battle up ahead. A couple of laps to go in this one. 2 seconds back. They're super close coming into turn 7. Is Julian Kunze going to do the same thing he did in the previous lap? I find it unlikely, but is Maurice Lerner going to try and defend from it and then potentially go slow for the corner? No, he doesn't. Staying very calm, doing what he knows is right. He's going to hold the inside of the hairpin. Is Maurice Lerner just covering off Julian Kunze. Nothing happening yet. Wow, what drama though.
Super close, yeah. And not a second to breathe for Moritz Löhner there. The green car of Julian Kunze filling up all of his rear view mirror.
Yeah, no pressure on Lerner, but Jack Keithley again yet to win this weekend. One of the guy with the most wins in RaceRoom Esports competition. Obviously partnering this man, Maurice Lerner, could be under pressure here into turn 1. We're going to have 2 laps to go, Rob. Is Lerner going to be able to hang on? And is Jack Keithley going to get that first win of the weekend? Not too sure. Julian Kunze looking down the inside. Not close. There's going to be contact between the two. Not quite. Wow, that was close. You couldn't have bet a cigarette paper between the two of that. That was intensely close. Williams Esports Gel Blast just about holding on to the lead now. 1 minute 30 seconds to go. We look back in the pack. We see Euronics Gaming 2 just leading. Fida Ragnar Simulator just leading 3BV. Oh, he's trying to go around the outside. It's Fida Ragnar. That's not going to work. Jaroslav Honzik just hanging on. Williams, the Fida Ragnar now coming under attack by the AMG in the background. Nothing quite happening there. Euronics Gaming 2 holds on to 7th position. We look back towards the front of the pack. This battle for the win, battle for the championship, realistically. Williams Esports Gel Blast just leading. Look at that, so close, not a car length between them. Maurice Lerner defensive on the inside. Is that going to open him up into the hairpin? Oh, I think it might. Kunze trying to look down the inside. He's going to dive down the inside. Not quite.
Oh, so close. That was so close. Lerner shut the door really, really late there.
Not quite. Kunze tried playing smart. He said he wasn't aggressive enough yesterday. As I said in the previous broadcast, just about did a race-winning move in that one.
Oh, and Fida is around. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No.
Fida is around.
That is a shame. Drops down to 9th position. Still going to be a good one there. Unfortunately, Indika just making a mistake at the final stage of this race. But we are on to the final lap of the race as Williams Esports come around the final corner. The time is ticking down, and Williams Esports Gel Blast going to lead on to that final lap. But Julian Kunze all over the back. Team Hungary only a second behind, looking for victory here. Kunze trying to go around the outside, going for the cutback, nothing quite sticking there. And Williams Esports Gel Blast continue to lead, but under increasing pressure.
And remember, if they finish like this, they will be tied on points going to the final race.
No. Super, super intense. We had that yesterday, our championship contenders tied on points heading into the final one. Tim Heinemann victorious there. He's obviously not here today. Julian Kunze, who lost that one, came into our joint points. He's in that car directly behind, trying to throw everything at him. Nothing quite working yet. Brilliant speed though through turn 6. Maybe opening up
Lerner has to defend here, that could work.
Oh, he's going to go wide. Kunta going back for the inside. Lerner back over to the inside, back holding off. And Hungary are closing up massively. Euronics trying to go around the outside, coming towards the hairpin. Williams Esports just holding on. Look at this trio for the lead. Fantastic action here. Absolutely nothing between them. Euronics gaining one, trying to throw everything at Williams Esports Chill Blast. Maurice Lerner just holding on, using all of that experience, doing fantastic work. Look at David Nosh in the background. Nothing quite. Oh, I think that may have been his final attempt there. Julian Kunze not able to do anything here, Rob. And what a fantastic race. We look in the background, we see Williams Esports 2, Razor. It's going to be a run towards the line. But I'm going to tell you now, I think that Chill Blast car, if he doesn't run wide here.
Oh, they both run wide!
Oh, but it's still going to be Williams Esports Chill Blast. Victorious here at Zandvoort. Jack Keithley does win this weekend. Wow, we are joint on points, Rob. Going into that final race, it's Autodrome Most. We are absolutely joint on points. Look at them two. Just having a little bit of a conversation. Maurice Lerner, Jack Keithley, victorious here in Zandvoort. Julian Kunze-Hase have to settle for second.
Oh, and it will all be decided. It will all be decided at the Autodrome Most. The race starting at 4 Central European Summer Time. So in just over 1 hour.
Yeah.
So make sure to tune back in when that happens.
We'll try and get an interview with Jack Keithley and Maurice Lerner.
And we did see Williams Esports getting past ACR just before the end.
Yeah, up to fourth position rather for them. Considering the mistakes, considering the spin there for Brzezinski, solid work there. There we go, a bit of a shake of a hand there between Lerner, Hase and Kunze. The AI having a really good time around here at turn 6, we can see. And here's an interview with Maurice Lerner.
Ja, was waren das gerade eben für Finish-Runden? Wir haben von Runde 5 jede Runde runtergezählt, haben dann in der vorletzten Runde gemerkt, so, oh shit, da fehlen 10 Sekunden, also du kannst das Ding nicht sofort beenden. Und jetzt gerade eben im persönlichen Gespräch sagst du so, keine Ahnung, wo der Julian die Pace hernimmt.
Ja, also wie gesagt, wir sind ja mit 4 Sekunden Vorsprung aus der Box gekommen. Da habe ich mir gedacht, es wird schon schwierig dadurch, aber ein guter Vorsprung erstmal. Aber dann, Julian hat echt eine harte Pace hingelegt. Er konnte gefühlt jedes Mal 100 Meter später bremsen und ja, schneller durch die Kurve fahren. Ich weiß nicht, wie er das macht, ich würde es gerne mal wissen. Ja, am Ende dann sehr gut verteidigt. Einmal hat Julian angegriffen, hat er selber als ein bisschen unfair gesehen, hat mich dann in der nächsten Kurve wieder vorbeigelassen. Also es war sehr sportsmanlike. Ja, und sonst war es ein krasses Rennen, sehr anstrengend, aber hat Spaß gemacht. Und mit Platz 1 wird es jetzt ein Showdown in Most.
Ja, Moritz hat keinen Platz mehr für Fragen übrig gelassen, hat das Rennen einmal gut zusammengefasst. Und Sebastian, offensichtlich hattest du recht gehabt. Also ich war mir nicht ganz so sicher. Für mich sah es so ein bisschen danach aus, als hättest du knallhart wieder zurückgestochen. Aber Sebastian sagte, nee, der Julian hat dich vorbeigelassen. Ja, Gratulation an dich und wir schalten zurück zu Sebastian.
Wow, what a race, Bob. I mean, I don't know if we're going to be able to grab Jack Keithley before, but you're absolutely right. If you're going to go anywhere, come back at 16:05 local time, that's 15:05 back in England. We've got the final race, Autodrome Most, another 40-minute race. The final one, we've got a bit of a change here, because obviously some of the drivers that have qualified now will be the second driver in the car. So,
yeah, we will have Lerner and Kunze starting the stints now.
Yeah, Kunze
it's going to be the reverse. So very interesting. We will have the updated standings for you then, of course, when the stream goes live again. So see you then in just over an hour.